All right, hi. Hello. Great to have you here today. Can you please tell me about yourself, where you are, what you do, and everything in between?
Yeah, hi man. My name is Chandra Prakash. I'm from India. I'm a founder of FourPi. FourPi makes credit score. And before starting to develop FourPi, I was working on multiple projects and I was a software developer. I was handling production manager and production management thing, content, etc. And I was researching on real-time genome sequencing based on solid nanocode. And before that, I was working on brain-computer interface. I leave those things behind because at that time they were like very initial stage and very research early stage. So I have to move to the this new topic of crypto related. And what about you?
Yeah, so my name is Yinka. I'm a community builder at the Dapp List. My job focuses on having conversations like this with people like you, trying to figure out what you're building, why you're building what you're building, and then essentially educating our developer community or our community at large at what you're building. And so this puts us in a position to close that gap between our project and then community in terms of education, in terms of connection, in terms of ensuring that everyone knows what's happening. And so that is essentially my job. How did I get here? I'm primarily also a developer relations engineer and software engineer. So I am largely focused on building tech products and everything in between, but I developed a passion for educating people and developers in this sense. So I make technical materials, content, and all of that, and I sort of educate and communicate that to a community. So got into crypto in like what 2020, as with most people, quite frankly. Towards the end of 2020, got into crypto, bought Ethereum as my very first cryptocurrency, and then went down the rabbit hole with DeFi at first. Got into Uniswap, did a couple trading, lost a couple of money, as with most people, I suppose. And then got into NFTs, but I did not buy a board ape, unfortunately. But hey, so got into NFTs, bought a couple tokens, bought a couple NFTs, did not really make a lot of returns from NFTs, but I built some interesting relationships and I got some employment, and then I found myself, working with the team at the Dapp List, building the community ecosystem. So that is my, short, interesting story as to like who I am and how I got here.
So I got into to know about cryptocurrency back in 2015 or 2016. I was looking for some research paper on like TOR or something. From there, I got to know about Bitcoin, but I completely forgot about those things. And after like in pandemic, uh, I was like learning about languages, and I came to a point where I realized the language and money both are different degree of metaphors. So after that, I started thinking about money, cryptocurrency, and now we're here.
And now we're here. Awesome. So that's all. I mean, very interesting. Obviously, begs the question as to why are you building FourPi right? I'm curious as to why are you building this tool. I'm assuming you had like a stable employment before you chose to leave that to sort of build this full time. So why did you do that?
So there are primarily two reasons. Very first thing is कि, if you consider the ecosystem, DeFi ecosystem, no, it's very over collateralized, and real
Mm,
world does not work like that. I'm not saying कि we should just remove the collateral part. I'm just saying कि earlier we have only 2 by 2 of stadium. Just make it bigger, make it 20 by 20,
right.
40 by 40. So like, for example, every time when you use a credit card, you just don't go and put something as a collateral. It's very efficient. You can borrow like 2,000, 5,000, 30,000, what of whatever thing is without putting any collateral because they have enough data to back you like they can recover this much amount. In the same way, if you want to DeFi to grow into the larger ecosystem, then we need something like credit score. So that we can lending can become more and more better. For example, like in most of the countries are doing, but like in China or in some part of India, they are trying to come with like UPI and all. But in a global scale, no one is doing that. And on top of that, the like no banks is that much partial and all. And cryptocurrency is solving those problems. That's why that credit score thing is very important right now. Like for example, right now every time when you have to borrow from any compound, Aave, whatever consider you have, you're gonna have to put something as a collateral. But what if some new guy wants to join DeFi ecosystem? That guy don't have any collateral to put, or like any credit history. Like you are maybe you may have done something good in on-chain activity, like you have started very early, or you supported some chain or anything, but you are not getting that much benefit, right? For example, what our overall plan is to make, we will consider two things: your on-chain and off-chain activity, and we will make a credit score. And on top of that, we're gonna make a global community of affluent and high trust people. For example, uh, consider yourself as a guy who is from Nigeria, but and you do all the good deed, like paying taxes on the time, and like following all the rules, etc. But when you apply for a visa for a new country, they're gonna treat you like the rest of the world. Like again, you even after doing all the good deed, your individual has no money. But at the end, every other country want other tourists to come to there as a high trust and good people. So we can
Yeah.
solve that problem. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
just one thing. It's not only
Hmm.
centralized or decentralized thing. It's the
Hmm.
problem what we all face.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do think having some form of credits, especially in a decentralized ecosystem or even generally helps because you might not have collateral, but you have like proof of work or you have proof of competence, and that sort of helps you to it's not tangible, but it's like word of mouth recommendation. If someone says, "I trust this person," there are certain parts of the world, there are certain fields where that is more than enough. And so I think that credit score system sort of acts as that barrier to entry where I might not have a lot, an individual might not have a lot going for them, but they have credits based off of the reputation they've built. And that can help them. Like you said, and the example you gave is really apt in terms of traveling to a different country by virtue of a not so strong passport. You could be a millionaire in the country or whatever, but like because the passport isn't strong enough, they wouldn't give the individual the same level of importance as they would give, anyone else. And so, yes, having a credit score system in that ecosystem definitely sort of, reduces the barrier to entry. Right now, you have me really excited about, learning about FourPi. So I think we should delve right into that. You just give us, the rundown of how to navigate to this product, how to work with it, how to figure out how it works. How does that sound?
So right now, our like scoring mechanism based on our on-chain activity is like we are adding more and more features and parameters, and at the end, we are going to use their off-chain data in the decentralized form, like we have already ZK technology and like
Mm.
so Chainlink and all. It will going to have. So like, should I share my screen or like?
Yes, please. Okay, so you can share your screen.
So this is what our website looks like. So this is our the landing page, and you can check all the details and upcoming work what we're gonna do. And to check the credit score, you have to just go to the dashboard, and you have to log in using MetaMask. Or right now you can check like anyone's credit score, but at the end we are going to mint your score in the form of NFT, where only you will be able to use it just for the testing. We have made it open so that anyone can check anyone's score, and you'll have to just log in with MetaMask because right now that's the only thing what I have. And yeah, so this is a credit score what we have generated. Right now it's showing 175, and but at the time we'll we are going to add more and more parameters in it, like like your transaction history, length of credit history, like amount owed and repaid, etc., etc. And we are consuming
Hmm.
right now only off-chain data.
All right. So the credit score. So I was curious, how do you populate it? What metric goes into getting such a high credit score, for example?
So model which is right now live, it considers only your on-chain activity.
Hmm.
It considers your transaction history, liquidation history, amount owed and repaid, like your credit history, length of credit history, your like if you have ever done rug pull, etc., etc. NFT you owed. So all of these parameters creates a score. Right now, it comes in the scale of 0 to 200. But as we were going to add more parameters, it will be from 0 to 999. And on that score, if you have more than 750, then you have
Hmm.
like good credit score.
Right. And where are some of these data being pulled from? Etherscan, Aave,
Yeah,
how are
yeah.
you pulling these data?
So right now we are using Pura and Etherscan to collect our data, but their data we need something like node data to make it more better, and in future it will be much better.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Makes sense. So right now we have the total score and then we have the Ethereum balance and Pi is coming soon. And so you could search for
And
any.
from here you will be able to use other like other protocols, Aave compound, etc. Like for example, you have put something as a collateral in Aave, so you'll be able to
Mhm.
manage those things with compound, etc. And like you can manage your collateral, how to optimize those things.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be able to optimize the leverages you have on those protocols on FourPi.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So essentially, with the platform on the dashboard right now, the public address takes in any address. If you could find the credit score of any address as it stands, or you could log in and find the credit score of your own personal address, and then you can interact with that, right?
Yeah, and right now we are using only Ethereum chain, so it's only for
Mm,
Ethereum. But at the end, we
right.
are going to be multi-chain. So like you'll be able
Okay.
to use your, you'll be able to connect your multiple wallet simultaneously,
Hmm.
and you'll be able to combine your score in the form of NFT.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Sounds really good. Sounds good. Okay. So
Yeah. So like one quick key, apart from
thank you for that, intro and in-depth walkthrough on understanding how FourPi works. I'm excited about credit score system. It's not actually something that we kind of even have right now in this part of the world where I'm from, and so it's definitely going to be nice to see fully functional in the decentralized ecosystem, and then that hopefully trickles down as mass adoption. Takes over, and we're able to use this in our day-to-day life, and it just becomes something everyone has access to. And yeah, so I'm excited. Um, I'm excited about what you're going to do.
decentralized and everything, we need a community, of like-minded people. Like you may have seen, we after a while we all look for a like-minded people. So it would be very much better, like if you can hang around with similar kind of people who are into tech or finance.
Mm.
So we have
Yeah, I
plans
do
for that
agree.
also. In the same
Oh,
way,
okay.
we
The
have
4Pi
plans for that
community
also.
has plans for building a community where you can hang out with like-minded people
Yeah,
across the
yeah.
world from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So at the end, we are an average of five people we hang out with the most, no? So it's important to make
Right.
those
Yeah.
people like more trustworthy, more individuals, more better people.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. I do 100% agree on that. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much, it from me. I do think this has been it's been short and straight to the point because it's a very, very simple, protocol that is being built. And I'm excited about it. So thank you so much, Airbus, for taking the time to walk me through what you're building. I'm looking forward to the really, really cool things and seeing, everything else come to life. Yeah, do you have any closing thoughts, anything you'd like to share before we round up?
decentralized in a very starting phase. Like we all should make product together and make a better product for everyone.
Okay, yes, making a better product for everyone from a decentralized standpoint and across. Yes, 100% agree. Because we are all in this. This is basically power to the people. We are the one who can shape the structure of this ecosystem. And if we build really cool tools, then people get to use them as well. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you very much.
So, again, any other final thoughts or does that sound good?
Uh, Check your credit score at FourPi, and if you have like good credit score, you'll be rewarded with exclusive and brag-worthy rewards. And trust me, at the end, you are going to get some tokens if you are an early adopter.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. So how can we find you on social media and how can they use it? Where can everyone else find the 4Pi community?
Like on we are everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, FourPi Club,
Hmm.
FourPi Club everywhere. It's everywhere. Like to find me, it's underscore Airbus zero everywhere.
Awesome. All right, cool. So that's been it. Thank you everyone for joining us in today's session of Explain Like I'm Five. We've gone over the FourPi product, and it's something really, really interesting and something exciting because you can, build your credit score and you can get a credit score and you can then use that to take collaterals, use it as a collateral to take out loans. And that is something that is super exciting. You do not need to have liquid, cash or have some assets that you need to use to back up your collateral or back up your loan rather. And so having this functional is definitely something to be excited about. So thank you again, Erebos, for your time. Thank you for joining me on today. My name is Zinka from the Dapp List, and this has been Explain Like I'm Five. And until next time,
Thank you.
take care.